Hello and welcome to my channel, My Garden, My Passion. In my previous video, I spoke about the care and management of African violets. However, the video was getting too long, so I postponed my topics of pests and propagation to this video. So today I will tell you the pest problem I face and how I propagate my plants. First, coming to the pests, the major pests that I encounter are the mealy bugs. Other than mealy bugs, I don't really encounter any other pests, but these pests actually kill my plants, and that happens when I neglect them a little. So I have to be alert and I have to take care of them as quickly as possible. And my method of taking care is that every insect has to be removed from its place. I use a soft brush to do that. You cannot use any sprays because the leaves are textured, and normally we do not spray anything on textured leaves. And here the mealy bugs are literally sitting in the crevices. So I use soap water with a small brush to remove them. So here you can see how I am removing each one of them and cleaning up. First I do it with the soap water, and after a few hours, or sometimes I even leave it till the next day and clean it up with plain water. So that way I try and clean as much as possible, and this is easier when you do it at the initial stage. Here in my case, since I was out for a long time, I had to face this problem, and you can see that one or two of my plants completely died because of the mealy bugs. So mealy bugs are a major problem, and I use soap water to clean them up or remove them. You can also sometimes use the cinnamon powder on them, so that without harming the leaves, you can just sprinkle a little powder in between the leaves. Then coming to the propagation of the plants, you can see that when I was cleaning up the plants, there were some broken leaves, and sometimes you even have to remove the extra leaves because the plant looks a little overcrowded and more energy may be lost in growing of the leaves. So when we have extra leaves, I just put them in a small container with water, and I left them in the water for about a month or two, and this is how I've got small plantlets. Sometimes in one leaf you can get 3 to 4 plants too. So I use these plants and pot them in coco peat. Here I have taken very small containers because as it is now they have small roots, some are without the roots, and the water roots are usually not so strong. So I put them in the coco peat. So coco peat keeps the medium remains moist, and it is good for the rooting purpose. As I said, these roots are already there, but these roots are not strong enough. You can pull them off also and plant them, and you can reuse the same leaf to grow again. Either you get these plantlets in the water and put them in coco peat, or you can just take a leaf and place it in coco peat, but make sure that you put only the lower part of the leaf there, and the whole leaf should rest on the edge, because the wet leaf will not stay for long. And once you feel that they have settled down, you can shift them to a little larger pots. In my previous video, I have shown you how you have to transfer these plants to small size pots where the leaves will not rest on the soil. So gradually you can increase the size of the pot, and then even then the maximum size pot I usually use is not more than 5 inches. It is in those pots that they grow very well. So in my previous video I have shown you the soil mix that we have to use, which is rich in organic matter. So you can see I put those stalks, leaf stalks back, and you can see the plants that I have grown. The pots are not more than 5 inches, and many of my African violets I have grown through leaves alone. So that's it about today's video on the pest management and propagation of African violets. I'm sure you found the propagation of African violets through leaves quite fascinating. In fact, when I first did it a few years ago, I was very thrilled with it, and now for this video again I propagated it, and it being June I got the roots and plantlets very quickly within 2 months. Hope you can also try and get these young plants. Happy gardening.